Greetings, I'm Demonac, and it's arena time. Well, I have actually done each of these classes at least once in Goblins versus Gnomes. I had to look back to check, because I wasn't sure I'd done Rogue. But I have. And I've done Mage twice, so we're not going to play her again yet. I'm going to go Priest again, because I like Priests. Priests are good. Mass Dispel. Mass Dispel would often be very good. It's just it's hard because it costs so much mana and doesn't actually kill anything. It can provide a huge swing. It is at least going to silence one useful... when you play this, you're going to silence one thing that is useful to silence, and you're going to draw a card. That's pretty good, but I don't know. It's one of those clog your hand kind of cards, where it's good in theory, but I don't know. Arcane Golems are pretty good too. The Stampeding Kodo is a little bit expensive, but he will often kill something. Probably is still useful to do so, and he's got the hit points for the priest healing power. I don't know. We're gonna take Mass Dispel. It is interesting. It can solve a lot of problems. I don't know if that's... I think the Kodo is probably the smarter choice, but... Leper Gnome is okay. We're going to go Thoughtsteal, because it's worth 2 cards. Now, there's a row. He's good. He's not in a competition right now. With hardly any cards chosen, I know I'm not desperate enough for Fat to need him over Mind Control. Holy Nova, though. I don't think I can turn down a Holy Nova, in the arena particularly. Mind Control can win you games, but Holy Nova can win you games a lot earlier. Or at the very least, save your butt. Okay, Lightspawn, these are all good minions. I don't know if I'm going to get the Velens and the shields, powered shields to go with the Lightspawn. It would be pretty good. He does have a lot of drawbacks, though. I think maybe I'm going to just go with the Temple Enforcer. Put the Fat on the board. Puddle Stomper, I don't like. Clockwork Gnome is a good rush minion, but I like the effect. I'm going to take the Stalker. I think he's going to help me with early game control, and I like the fact that as a priest, he can take 2 damage, and I can heal him back up to a 2/3, so he might be able to kill multiple things. Oh, there's the combo for the Lightspawn I didn't take. I'm going to take another Gilbin Stalker, because I can. Mind Control. We don't want to have that situation where I didn't take a Mind Control ever. We're going to have a Mind Control. Now, Salty Dog for 1 more mana than the Chillwind Yeti is very much more aggressively damaging. It is kind of tempting. On the other hand, Yeti is much more healable and does come out sooner. Should I maybe be thinking about taking him, though? Like, 4 hit points isn't great for 5 mana, but it's not bad at all. It's not like it's fragile. It just looks fragile compared to his giant attack. You know, I'm gonna take the super attack psycho guy. I want a Mind Blast. That's a pretty good way to help finish off the opponent. On the other hand, more Gilbin Stalkers would help me to control the early game. And it would also give my deck a theme and be very annoying. Mind Blast is pretty good. If I had some Velens now, that would make it more tempting. Just to finish off blow up my opponent with that. I did take the Mass Dispel. I think I'm gonna be biased a little bit more towards minions. I always am. I don't think I had the leeway there to not take a minion though, given I've already got a slot spent on Mass Dispel, which often is gonna look a lot like the not a minion card in the hand. We're not really gonna mess around with Hobgoblin this time. I don't think I'm taking all kinds of 1-attack junk. Big Game Hunter is pretty tempting because he's cool, but he's not actually tempting in this row because Light Bomb is the bomb. Light Bomb is still my Wrath of God of choice. Kills things. So I can get a Velen's Chosen now, which is really good. On the other hand, it's up against Dark Cultist, who is really good. And Silver Moon Guardian, who is not even remotely in their league. Like, Dark Cultist is, to me, so much better than Silver Moon Guardian. That 1 hit point versus Divine Shield. Okay, Divine Shield is better than 1 hit point. But when he costs 1 less mana as well, okay, he's better. And then he has a Death Rattle that is also good. So yeah, but this is interesting now. It's not Blessing of Kings, but 4 hit points is a lot, and it comes with 2 attacks, so it turns, like the Gilbin Stalker turns into a 4/7. That is a lot of beatdown for something, and that's like turn 2, Stalker. Turn 3, Villain's Chosen. They didn't even have much chance to kill him because he was stealthed. I can't turn down the Cultist, though. He's throwing a lot of hit points on the board. I'm going to hope more Villain's Chosen come up, again, in some of the weaker rows, maybe. So Stormwind Knight comes out, and you can, you know, he's pretty good as a priest, because you can heal him back up and stuff like that. Of course, the Berserker is pretty good as a priest. I'm going to take Thoughtsteal anyway, because it's still more cards. I don't know. Harpy, yeah, still not my favorite, even though she does... I've given her a lot more credit recently, but I'm unreasonably biased against her. She's not the fat kind of minion that I want. I'd rather have another Temple Enforcer, frankly. The Farseer is pretty good. He can combo with other healing-related stuff, maybe, which I probably won't have that much of at this point, but you never know. He's still a solid minion, but I'm going to take the Geomancer because he can combo with the Holy Nova, and who knows what else. I could get another Thoughtsteal. I mean, that's so much card advantage. We are going to reach the point where I got too many cards, again, that are not minions. Yeah, that much card drawing is crazy. I don't know what I'm going to get from it. Rocketeer could finish people. The Berserker, again, I could have like a really strong early game with that, especially if I had taken the Villain's Chosen, which I'm starting to regret already. Not taking it. It's a Thoughtsteal, though. It's more cards. I'm going to take the Thoughtsteal. Whatever. Just go crazy. Now this is up against Shadowword Death. So I'm gonna... You know what? I am actually going to take the Chosen over the Shadowword Death. Shadowword Death is very good. If there's a minion that's got 5 more attack, you wish you could kill it for 3 mana. But if I have a minion out, Villain's Chosen may well allow me to trade, maybe even win if my minion was medium-sized, and theirs was like 5 or 6 attack. But that's a lot of hit points, and the spell damage could boost the Holy Nova, it might open up more stuff later. The potential of the early game, like, Stalker Chosen sort of play is very tempting. We're going to take that, even though I really need to just get more minions now. We're going to take the Dire Wolf as part of plan more minions, because I've got 3 Thoughtsteals, a Villain's Chosen, and Dispel Magic, all of which are like not minion. Light Bomb is going to blow up a lot of stuff. That's pretty much a minion. Mind Control is a very large minion, even if it's an expensive one. I don't have the cheap stuff for him. I sure as heck don't have Murlocs. Argent Commander is a death machine, so we'll take that. Shadowword Pain would blow something up, and that'd be good. I've got a lot of early game minions to do fighting stuff. I think I'm going to take the Shrinkmeister. Maybe just, he's another minion, and he might let me win some trades and stuff. Holy Smite would blow something up, but I really need to get more actual minions going, I think. Dragonling Mechanic would let me put more... Either one of these guys would let me put a lot of stats on the board. Do I want to pay a little bit more and get an extra 2 attack and 1 hit point? I mean, I'm not going to have any advantage to getting a mech in this deck, I don't think. We're already more than halfway. But the casting cost is going to work out better on the mechanic, I think. If I had more Villain's Chosen and Ruby and Egg would be more tempting. Jeeves is really powerful. I do have a fair amount of cheap minions. Like, maybe there's some potential I could empty my hand and play him, but I don't think so. I think I'm going to get clogged with some expensive cards. He can potentially backfire and help your opponent. It's not too likely. It is more likely in the arena than in a constructed deck, I think. But what do I take out of these guys? The Egg? I mean, I have to buff it with my Direwolf or with my precious buff here to get it to attack. Or else it would have to die from something random. It's not even going to die from Light Bomb. My opponent would have to kill it by accident. I guess we'll take Jeeves. He's probably going to backfire, though. My deck's got too much card advantage stuff. Speaking of which, again, another Power Word Shield would be good for helping my early game play and more card draw. I'm going to, like, deck myself. Definitely not Cult Master, except I do need more minions. I have lots of cheap minions I could use with him to draw all kinds of cards. I'm just going to take the Holy Nova because it seems like the safer thing. I need more minions. Do I want the Clockwork Gnome? The Wolf Rider can come out and kill something, and that's pretty valuable. So we're going to take that. You guys are not winners. You are only any good if the next card that I play is this on you, and I might want to play it on someone else. He's just a crummy 2-1. I wish I had the... If I had the 2-1 mech in his place, I would take it for sure out of these guys. I think we're going to take him, because he's the least crappy of them. I could take the Lightspawn, but Dark Cultists are awesome. We'll go with that. Dark Cultists are awesome. I could get another Stalker, but the Cultists are awesome. Healbot, I don't think that's really the minion I need. I think I'd rather have another Villain Stroke. This deck is going to be crazy. We're going to take the Harvest Golem because he's super efficient. Yeah, this Roman Knight could come out and do good things, especially since I'm more likely to be able to buff him now. But, like, 7 mana comes out as a 4/9 with Villains Chosen. But no, Harvest Golem. It's too bad I'm having to pass up on these Holy Smites because I actually now have some spell power in the deck. But I also have 2 Holy Novas to go with it. And we're getting near the end. Brewmaster, my guys aren't really very Battle Cry-ish. There's some. There's more Death Rattle, I think. I don't think the Brewmaster is really what I need. Oh, can sort of heal things, but Spider Tank is just going to let me fight more, and that's what I need. Rocketeer would have probably also been good. We're going to take the Spectral Knight. He fights pretty well. And we're going to get our last card as a Legendary. Holy crap. So we'll definitely not be taking Millhouse Suicide Storm. I'm going to stop putting my mouse over that in case I accidentally click on it or something. Yeah. So Baron Geddon, who we know is awesome in the arena. But there's also Kel'Thuzad. Now here's the thing. My deck is short of minions. How many minions do I have? Like, I have... How many non-minion cards is usually faster to count? 3, 4, 5... I really wish I hadn't taken that Master Spell at this point. 7, 8, 9. I've got 9 cards in here that are not minions, and that's counting Mind Control as a minion, which is not. So only 2/3 of my deck is minions. I guess that's not the worst. That's not as bad as it seemed at first, but still. If I have Kel'Thuzad out, and I get to do any trades, though, I'm probably just going to win. On the other hand, Baron Geddon can come out and clear a board for me. I do have some Holy Novas. I may not be as desperate for that. I'm a priest, so I can heal Kel'Thuzad and keep him alive, potentially. I could choose him. Choose you. 12 hit points. We got to take Kel'Thuzad. That's the craziest thing. This deck is insane. I'm sure that some people would look at this deck and be like, oh my god, you're going to win the arena. I think there's a lot of potential for it to go wrong. But I won't deny, there's a lot of potential for it to go right. We're going to see. I have pretty good contingent of early game stuff, but I think this is still going to be very draw dependent because I'm going to get my hand clogged with Thought Steals and stuff. That is a lot of, like, playing a card and, like, paying mana and not getting anything on the board is the issue.
Anduin versus Valera.
I got 3 Dark Acolytes, too. I got a lot of stuff that I'm very happy about. And 2 Holy Novas. You almost never get that. So I have no Power Words, which is a weakness. But we're going to hope I have enough stuff to get around it. Like, this hand isn't, like, insanely crazy, go nuts and win, but you can't look at this and say that's not a solid lineup to start with. It's even got a good curve. So I should at least be putting on the pressure in terms of just putting stuff on the board, which is hopefully larger than my opponent's stuff. Maybe not a lot larger, just enough larger. And, of course, we've got our defense bias, which I like anyway, but is even better as a priest. No first turn coins to play. That's okay. We'll put out the Stalker. He's a very safe second turn play. Whatever she does, I'm going to have control over how I want to respond to it, pretty much. She can't stab him, that's for sure. Now, I mean, I'm just going to end up attacking with him, but if she had played an early minion, he's got a pretty big advantage. I could actually just go Velen's Chosen on him, but there's no reason to because she has nothing out there to kill. I'm much better off getting out more things to fight with. And when she puts out something, I can drop Velen's Chosen, smash it. That makes for a very strong start. What is she going to do? She's building up cards. I don't know if she's going for a Mountain Giant or... Mostly, it's so early. She hasn't had that much opportunity. She just had a slightly slow hand. Okay. Really? That is not going to work out very well for you at all. I mean, she got a little unlucky on him, but she would have had to get really lucky on him for him to work out well. She is going to be doomed at this rate. Oh, she is so screwed. My perception is she is so screwed. Could be wrong. But I'm just going to heal him, kill that. My guys will both be low, but that's fine. I guess the other choice is I could just not heal this guy, kill him, and play her. Should give me more stuff on the board. He would be up to 4 health and still healable. You know what? I might actually do that. It's tempting to keep him alive, but having them both at 1, they're very stabbable. I think I can keep ahead if I just keep dropping all this mad fatness that's in my hand. This is a lot of attack on the board, and I have 2 surprise attack in my hand, which will also buff the toughness, the hit points of whatever I choose to put it on, sufficiently to win a fight. Meanwhile, I can heal and Thought Steal next turn, or something like that. Yeah, whoop-de-doo. I don't even know if I want to Thought Steal yet. I can just keep smashing stuff. I don't need to heal. I don't need Thought Steal. I can just keep putting out beatdownness on the board. How is she going to recover? I forgot to attack for 2. I just got too excited. It was going too well. So what is she going to do? Yeah, I missed 2 damage there, and that's bad. But this game is going so well. She just wasted an Assassinate on a powerless 4/4. I'm not saying it's the wrong play. She's in a really bad situation. An incredibly mega bad situation. But that's okay. We're going to Thought Steal, get us some stuff. Micro Machine. Oh, I was just going to play this guy, but Micro Machine's really tempting, given there's nothing out there to stop him. We're going to play this guy anyway, just in case. Like, the healing is a low priority because the rogue can't do 2 damage AoEs very easily. And I'm just beating her face in. I have no idea how she can come back from this. I still have a handful of cards. I have a handful of really good cards since I stole her Lothab. Well, she still has it, but you know what I mean. So what do I want to do about that? Probably trade him to get rid of the bubble, and then buff one of them to be so large that he just crushes through it. Seems like a plan.
If you insist.
So I do need it to do 5 damage, so it's going to be the Chosen Spider Tank. Machine gun noise, not optional. And what we're going to do, we're going to play the Micro Machine and heal this thing. I want to make sure it survives. Because it is quite literally a death machine. This thing, if not dealt with, will continue growing. Dealing with this would take a lot. Yeah, you can totally give up. Your start was obviously horrible. My start was really good. It's not gonna happen. Next game I'm gonna start with like 3 I'm gonna have 3 Thought Steals in my starting hand. I'm gonna mulligan 2 of them, and I'm gonna get back like 2 Velen's Chosen. I'm gonna be like, hooray! And I'll die. But we'll just have to watch it happen in painful slow motion next time.
Please click the like button, though there may be a small chance of lycanthropy. Just make sure the only animals around are good ones. You don't want to become like a were-toad or were-gerbil or something.
And check out Tales from My D&D Campaign on youtube.com/demonac.